Welcome, children. Today, I am here with a revision exercise, part 2 of Geography of India, that is Resource Geography. During the revision of previous part, that is first part, I had discussed up to the definition of resource, types of resources, development processes of resources, and then up to resource planning part, in which I gave you all the points about why countries like India should go for resource planning. Now, today I begin with the discussion of what are the methods of resource planning. If question comes in 3 marks or 5 marks, that what are the approaches of methods of resource planning, this question might be of 5 marks too. Then your answer will be resource planning comprises of 3 steps. First, identification of resources and inventories. Here, you have to simply understand that by different tools like remote sensing, like land survey, aerial survey, how much quality and quantity of resources are present in a region, that we have to delve out, we have to find out. So first process is to identify how much resource and of what quality the resource is available to us. Second point, after knowing the resource quality and quantity, we need to develop technology. We need to develop technological know-how, and we need to develop institutions where, with the help of technological know-how in that institution, we will apply technology to convert those resources for our usage. And third point is that our resource plan must comply with resource planning of central government, that is Government of India. Here, the line of the book is, our resource planning must comply with national plan. People wonder why this is written. I must tell you, the clarification is, National Plan of India is to have equitable distribution of resources to its citizens. Why? Because the legal aspect of this is that India is a secular socialist republic after amendment of 72nd Amendment Act 1976, in which India is secular and socialist country where the benefits of the development must filter to every citizen. Hence, our resource planning must comply with development plans of central government. Here, the question arises that after independence, what efforts did India take? So this is a bit of the issue that I am discussing, that immediately after independence, when Nehru formed his government in 1951, Congress government established National Development Council, and then 5 Planning Commission was established. After formation of Planning Commission, first of all, 5-year plans were developed. In 5-year plans, agriculture, industries, transport sector were given the priorities. But immediately in 1960s, there was a need for a plan that could give priority to different sectors. So we started developing sectoral planning. And in 2014, Planning Commission was changed into Niti Aayog by present this NDA government of Narendra Modi. Now, the question is, without planning of the resources, what are the ill effects of resources development? Then I shall begin with pre-Second World War scenario in which post-industrial revolution society exploited and harnessed resources ruthlessly, irrationally. Our environment was badly damaged. Result was what? Our quality of atmosphere, quality of water, that is both inland water and ocean water, they deteriorated. Our soil became degraded. In this circumstance, huge biodiversity loss compelled the thinkers in post-Second World War era to wake up, to give wake-up call to the citizens of the world. For this, they started giving warning to different nations of the world. In this pursuit, the Gandhian philosophy during our struggle for independence was main theme. I am quoting Gandhian thought. Gandhi had said that there is plenty of resources for everybody's need, despite the numbers, but very little for single one's need. It means our nature has given us that much amount of resource that if every citizen rationally uses it, there is no dearth of resource. Every citizen will enjoy to fill empty stomach, to gain enough amount of clothes to cover their bodies, and enough amount of resources to hide, to construct building. So food, shelter, and clothing are there enough. Resources are present there that each individual can get. But human greed, irrational approach, they all led to severe crisis. In this way, in 1968, at international level, an NGO was formed known as Club of Rome. That Club of Rome was blindly against irrational development. So it gave a slogan, no blind opposition to development, but opposition to blind development. This was the issue. In 1972, the Club of Rome was instrumental in establishing or organizing the first Earth Summit in the Swedish capital, Stockholm. This was attended by only two heads of the states, our pretty Mrs. Indira Gandhi and Mr. Robert Palme, the Prime Minister of that native land, Sweden. Robert Palme got ill fate in 1986 when he was coming out of cinema hall. He was stabbed to death by knife. So those are the ill aspects of our political system. Mrs. Gandhi gave a very, articulating deliberation there, which is compiled in 15-page booklet. If possible, you read it. And then there she took a resolution that India will take enough effort for control of environmental degradation. There, the alarmingly decreasing tigers population, for that tiger population, Government of India was the first country to start Project Tiger in 1973. In 1974, based on Gandhian principle of there is plenty for everyone's need and very little for single one's greed, Schumacher, a great French orator writer, wrote a book on environmental issues called as Small is Beautiful. This forced the international community of thinkers or environmentalists to establish a commission which would study the declining environmental scene throughout the globe. So, in the honor of Norwegian Prime Minister, Mr. Remo Brundtland, the commission was formed, known as Brundtland Commission. That Brundtland Commission gave its report in 1986, and the report published was in the form of a book known as Our Common Future. Here, in this book, a term sustainable development was coined. In your NCERT book, there is term sustainable development and it has been defined. So sustainable development will be asked in 2 marks question, 3 marks question or 1 mark question. Sustainable development means a development which takes into account about present without compromising about future. So if this line you have to write if 1 mark question comes. If it comes to 2 marks to 3 marks question, then besides writing that are development which aims at present without compromising at the future, that is first point. Along with that, you have to write a sustainable development is possible by protecting our environment. And second, our sustainable development is possible if and only if we have equitable distribution of resources throughout the globe, along with conservation of biodiversity. Based on this sustainable development, in a hurry, more than 100 heads of the states, 100 nations joined a first Earth Summit in 1992 in one of the city of Brazil known as Rio de Janeiro, where United Nations Development, UNCED, gave Agenda 21, that is Agenda for 21st Century, in which it had discussed on 3 issues: for biosafety, second for food production, and third for biodiversity protection. In this effort, there were 3 levels of talks in Cartagena, in Johannesburg, and in one of the city of Japan known as Yokohama. There, in Rio Earth Summit, there were 2 agendas. First one was to prevent or protect biodiversity, and second was to give equitable distribution to every citizen about resources so that there is no any danger to our environment. Remaining part, that is our land use, I'll start discussing next class. Thank you.